Wow, breaking news. Andrew Scheer, the leader of Conservative Party, just announced that if his party was elected this coming federal election, he will have a lot of policy change on the mortgage market. If you want to know all, watch the video. Okay? So Andrew Scheer just announced that, if his party is elected in the coming election, he will have a couple of major changes in the mortgage industry. Now, this, I'm going to first go over what his, change that he announced, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. So first one is the mortgage stress test, or B20. I have spoke about this before in other video, and he said that he will try to have the government ease the stress test. Now, he did not say remove, but ease. Is it good? Yeah, I think it's a good direction at least. And then he also mentioned that he will try to get the government remove the stress test altogether on renewal of mortgage. Okay, so that's one of the things that he mentioned that he will do. Second of all, he will say that he will extend the amortization period, the maximum amortization period, from 25 years to 30 years, even if your down payment is less than 20%. So in other words, high ratio mortgage. So that's two. He would also, he mentioned he would also crack down on the anti-money laundering, people those launder the money. So that's three. He also mentioned that he will get more like federal owned real estate, put more on the market. So that's four. And I think that's it. So my opinion, okay, the first one, stress test, that's a big one. I mean, to be honest, the stress test, when they put into the put into effect, I think the reason why they put the stress test is because they think that the interest rate is at a very low level when they put in the B20, and so that in case the interest rate return to like quote unquote normal rate, people might not be able to afford it. However, since the stress test has been put into effect, to be very honest, interest rate hasn't went up that much, and in fact lately it has gone down. So what is a normal interest rate now is very hard to define. I think the low interest rate would sustain in the near future, near term to mid term. It is the new norm for the interest rate, like bank rate, mortgage rate, like is in the high to low 3% is probably the new norm, instead of the 50 years average of Canada interest rate of like 5% or something like that. It is pretty difficult to go back to like 5%, to be honest. And that's where the stress test is. So I don't know. It is, I think this is good. But then, he just mentioned that it will reduce the stress test. I don't know how much it will reduce. Like, it has already reduced from 5.34 to 5.19 not too long ago. I hope it is not just a political promise from 5.19 go down to 5% or something like that. Hopefully something lower than that. Then I would be very happy, and I think you guys would be very happy. Okay, so that's that. Removal of stress test altogether on renewal. That one is pretty good. I mean, like right now, to be honest, a lot of clients are stuck at one institution and has to pay a very high rate to renew because a lot of banks and other lenders know that the client cannot re-qualify under the new stress test. So say that the client has a mortgage at TD Bank 5 years ago and now it's time for renewal. It probably is very difficult for that client to re-qualify from say CIBC or Scotiabank or something like that. And so he's kind of stuck at TD Bank right now. So I don't think that's fair. Removal of it altogether is good. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. So another thing that he said is the 30 years amortization on the high ratio mortgage, and I think that's good. That's going back to, I have been in the 40 years amortization period. Some many years ago, the maximum is 40 years. Should they go back to 40 years? I don't know. But at least from 25 years to 30 years, I think is a good direction. It's a good first step. I'm open to that, and if that's not good enough, I'm open to have the government go one step further in the future. I'm okay with that. So let's say 30 years, let's see how the market goes. Let's see how the opinion of the people goes. And if they're still not good enough, at least in the future, they can go to 35 years. I'm okay with that. Okay, gradually, step by step kind of stuff. Okay, so I think that's good. 2 thumbs up. And the next one is cracking down on money laundering. I think that is good. I mean, I don't encourage people to launder money and all that. So I think that's okay. I have to see how they actually implement that, and but at least the idea is good. I'm okay with that. And lastly, more federal real estate land coming up in the market. I think that should be okay. More land, more property, more people can afford to buy the house, more business for mortgage broker and agent. Good. So I'm pretty happy of what I hear from the Conservative Party. Now, I people who knows me, I'm very unpolitical. I don't usually talk about political stuff, and I'm not expert on it. I don't know, but at least whatever I hear from this party right now seems to be all going into the correct direction, and obviously this has a lot to do with Mortgage Professional Canada and the continuous lobbying of the mortgage industry, which and also the real estate industry, which now the politician is listening, which is good. So I'm very happy. I give it 95% of 100. Hopefully they follow through with their promise, and I will give them 100% if I see all 4 of this policy got implemented, especially the first one and the ease of the stress test. Hopefully it is not just like 5.19 to 5%, and it's more dramatic. So anyway, that's my 2 cents of it. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Subscribe to the video, and I have much more mortgage news and updates and video on this channel. Okay, thank you.